Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the CPU booking. But I basically kind of took over um, with that and just kind of, you know, doing just random things as going on. Like, not necessarily like random, but just kind of playing through the game, trying to get us, where we can be profitable as much as possible and stuff like that. And the only thing I really don't like about this whole entire, CPU type booking type thing is they double book people on shows, and that can lead obviously to injuries and stuff. We've had a few injuries, all that jazz, and um I guess we have everyone back now, but we did have like Madison Webb was injured for a little bit that we got rid of. Not necessarily got rid of as in a bad thing. She was a good worker. She just was getting deals from like um, WWE, AEW, and all that jazz, and kind of going to these different promotions and being very well known within that. And then we are kind of not using her in that kind of way, so to speak. Um, of putting her as a main event but not really using her as a main event. So then if she's gonna be very good with other promotions, then I will give her that and kind of let her go. And she was like $400 too as well, so it's not necessarily that much money, but within what we have right now with these many wrestlers, and a lot of them are like the $50 coming out of our training school. It can be a little much, but not really too much compared to we started with Andre Freeman, and he was like $20,000, and then we signed two $20,000 people, but then they were only with our promotion for like a month, and then they left because they were getting written contracts from everywhere else. So overall, when I opened this back up before I even started this episode, we did have Franklin Dominguez pop up that he can now sign with shows. He's a cruiserweight, 21 years old, traditional as in style, um, wrestler, active. There's nothing really here, but he has wrestling skill of 15, star power of 67, 39 looks, intimidation 28. So he's kind of like that face. Um, psychology of 14, entertainment of 64. So he can be kind of um, whatchamacallit, like a comedian type character. I would give him an enhancement talent. Put him as a face, but not really have a gimmick right now. Because I could put him as a comedian character. Is rarely taken seriously and mostly we'll kind of do that and see. But we're not going to make that indefinite. We kind of do two-year contracts, travel expenses, um, and stuff like that. Everything else is kind of off the table. So we have Franklin here. And while we have Franklin, he did sign with us. So now we have 25 wrestlers, 15 faces, and 10 heels, one referee, 5 backstage people. We could eliminate a couple of them if we truly wanted to, but they're kind of like paid per appearance type stuff, but it's not like um, everyone is there all the time. But overall, we can look at our morale or locker room morale, backstage morale. It's at 100. The only people who have negative is Samira and Ignacio. Kind of signed Ignacio back because he was kind of a fluent guy that we were using. Um, and he also had, I think, like great chemistry as an opponent or a tag team with somebody else, so we brought him back. And then Tegan, we haven't really been using much. Max Grassi, we haven't really been kind of using much as a push. Basile, kind of, we had things going for him, and then now we have Greg Lowry that took the title from him. So Basile will the title has come to give me a championship around my waist. I'd like to receive a title win before August 1st. I'm gonna reject it because you basically have to earn it. I'm not gonna, hey, here you go, so to speak. We did move from huge shows to normal, because I guess for almost 3 years in the game, because I think he's trying 2021, I would imagine. Yeah, so we're in like year 3 and having huge shows every single time, and then it was saying that people were getting losing their interest. So we are going to simulate the 15 days, and it will stop if we get any type of email. And we've had one person go from our promotion to AEW, Lauren Lee. We've had people coming in and out as we sign them. They've been there for, close to a year, and then they get signed somewhere else. So now it's kind of, I've been trying to bring in people. Recent booking meeting, it was decided that GGW would plan to give a big push to Madison Webb, one of the people that we had for a while. Semira wants to knock down Luis. It's a female. But you should reduce his push before May. I'm gonna reject that. Sorry. And we have 6 days. And it stops at the event anyway, so it's not like it books it and it simulates the event. Even if you don't book it, or if you don't hit auto book, it stops at the event for you, which is nice. So we are here, 16th of February. Don't think we have. This has the women's heavyweights. Oh, so they want to take the championship, kind of, basically. So storyline wise, it's Lucia and Semira, Vincenzo and Darian. Because I think with us learning these people, that Darian and Vincenzo are good at chemistry as opponents, which is nice. We got Merlin Carpenter, who's a guy, but did an intergender match with Abigail, and they were good chemistry as opponents. We don't do mixed gender matches, but with the indie scene and stuff like that, if the other promotions do it, by all means, that's what these wrestlers do, because they're paid per appearance and not a written contract where they can't go anywhere else. So by all means, if that's their prerogative and get their exposure out there, then so be it. So I'm gonna kinda look at event histories because it's been a little bit since I've did the last episode, so I don't want to ruin anything that happened within the last show, especially with the storylines, any momentum and stuff like that. So we're doing it the third Friday of each month. So we had 365. We had a pre-show of Vincenzo and Aaron Ramos. The promised email because they both wanted to face each other, not necessarily in the show. It just happened to be that they wanted to work together, so I put it as a pre-show match. Then Abigail, Desiree, Tegan, Maya, okay. Then it started with Hassan Coffee because he's working his way back from injury. Cass Multiman, Silas, Basile, Anthony, and Iker because Iker Bianchi left. Angle with Craig Lowry because he won the championship against Basile. Marlon and Guillermo. Marlon won that one. And then we had Vincenzo come back into the actual show with Darian, Semi-Run, Lucia, Edward, Sion, Bryce, and Ignacio. Kind of just trying to set up for the tag team championship match. He's calling it Max Rossi was in the post show or the pre show, one or the other. It's probably the post show, but it says pre show right there, so there's that. We ended with Leslie O'Brien and Celia. Thinking that Celia would have won the match, but that didn't happen. So now we will create a storyline with Celia and Leslie. So we'll do that. Since that came out of nowhere. So I'm kind of doing minimum, and the amount of segments minimum is supposed to be 4. So they are, pretty close, doggone close to it. So within the show, we're going to add Angle. We are going to do, because it's not necessarily a big match within championship wise, but because he's got the mid, she's got the heavyweights. Oh wait, no, Celia has the mid. I think I just wanted to do champion versus champion. Yeah, because it was a face against a heel, and that's what I put. So, and then Leslie's trying to go for that mid championship. So, all right. But But we will do a promo or another video. And it will be a 5-minute video. San Coffee again. So it'll be a quick elevated. So it'll be that involving him. We'll do at an angle entrance of Celia. It'll be about 2 minutes. She does talking. About Leslie for about 8 minutes. And Leslie comes out of nowhere and attacks her. For 5. And then progressed. We're going to save that angle. It's going to be a big portion of the show. So what is his recent thing? Was that lost the championship, then he faces Ignacio, loses to Ignacio. Then he loses the tag team. Gonna add them. Storm, Royce, Mr. Always make 10-minute matches or 15 for tag team. There's really no gimmick to it. Match story, there's nothing. Just gonna go on face versus heel. Spelled heel wrong. That kind of saves me a little bit with those notes. Whole segment of Celia calling out Leslie. So there's that. Say slowly bringing him back. There we go. So then Levy's won. So I answered and she failed. match in the pre-show of Franklin and Guillermo for 10 minutes. At Storm. Really nothing, just Raw. Wait a minute. He's 50. Oh. Okay. Never mind. He's only enhancement talent? That's what I put. We're gonna add it anyway to kind of get Franklin into it and Guillermo, but it's a mid champ. Oh, we don't even have a heavyweight right now. Okay, we gotta work on that as well to try to get it. And if Guillermo is a heel, we're gonna have to try and get a face to kind of go against him. Confidence. What's that? Oh, so instead of the names, it's just the segment name. So, building up confidence and amongst staff now. Silas is a heel. Basile is a heel. Chenzo is a heel, but he's with Darian. As a team, but I think we're gonna add an angle. Story beat. It's gonna be a promo of Vincenzo over Darian for 5 minutes. That's Vincenzo. Smack. There. Add Max Grassi. Greg. Red Storm. 10-minute match. Yeah. One is trios. One is tag team. Trio. Tag team and the heavyweight is there's that. There's that. Sun. Calling out. We need Samira and Lucia. So we do a match or Sarah, Abigail. Oh, she's a face though. Never mind. Yeah, we'll have that. 10 minutes. There's that. Purpose. Let's make Eloise look good. No title on the line. Star Showcase. That'll be that. There we go. That could be the main event. $15 more minutes. I'll have a multi-man match. I'll say that's about it. I'll have that for 15. Brett for that. Yeah, no, there's really nothing to really push for. Containment, safety, stamina, intimidation. Tegan, pre-show. Alright. I know I don't have to really acquire everybody. I think his big match coming back will be against Basile, which will be next event or the one after. So we are going to start it. Confirm. So we had a negative 3-star match to start off with. That was a success. Alright, sweet. So Nia Whitley did win. She has now turned heel. So we have now another heel that we can work with. Tegan was a little out of breath at the end. Tegan did the heavy lifting, and Nia and Tegan have incredible chemistry as opponents. It helped the match quality, but yet you had a 16% match quality, negative 3-star match. All right, 46% crowd reaction and 31% final score. So now we know these two can work together as opposites. It's probably because it was face against face, and that's kind of hard. Brett's. Oh, I probably didn't put anyone for their person either. Brett Storm's agent really helped Franklin, kind of having his debut into it, but as a pre-show, so it's not technically his debut, but freshly signed and coming out of the training school and getting his first match with Guillermo. It's kind of now looking to push for a world heavyweight championship type situation. Really helped Franklin. Franklin was out of breath, and Brett did the heavy lifting, so we had a 50% crowd reaction, 2-star, 66 match quality, 2-star match. Guillermo wins the match, then 58% final score. Now we head to the show, and to start off, we have Anthony Wilson and Iker. That used to be Iker Bianchi, left, and Iker Morozov versus Bryce Boyer and Ignacio. Brett did the heavy lifting. Now I know Anthony and Iker have terrible chemistry as a team. Their timing was all over the place. Iker wins it. Anthony is the only one that gained benefit from it. So 26% crowd reaction, 1.5-star match, 61% quality, and 43 final score. Now we have Hassan, was a video of him, 75%. The production was well above what would be expected of a promotion of this size. I elevated a little bit, so just trying to, gain. Didn't gain any popularity, but just trying to gain that momentum of him coming back. Then we have Silas versus Cohen versus Edward, and Cohen wins. Good looks of Silas. Brett helped all three of them. Brett did the heavy lifting, 32% crowd reaction, 1.5-star match with 61% match quality and 46% final score. Silas and Edward lost popularity, while Cohen won. Popularity was 0.1. Then we have our Celia calling out Leslie, starting off their rivalry here. Celia makes her entrance, talks about Leslie, And then Cecilia is attacked by Leslie, and Celia gains medical attention from it. 68% final score overall within that segment. Then we have Craig Lowry against Max Grazi, face versus heel, with Greg winning that mid championship, and the mid championship is going to be defended basically every show for the most part. That he retained it. Got a better reaction than you'd expect. He is riding a wave of momentum right now with winning it. Bret Agening helped Craig Lowry, helped Max, and he did put up a match story together. 27% crowd reaction, 2-star match with 66% match quality and 46% final score. Then we got Vincenzo talking smack about Darian and stuff like that. So he cuts a promo for 5 minutes. They both gained popularity from it. 78% crowd reaction for the final score. And then we have our main event with Star Showcase with Lucia Bonner winning. 47% final score. Negative half star match, 42 match quality, 42% crowd reaction, and 69% of the match story. Star power of Lucia added to the match, and Wong Agency really helped Lucia. It's a little out of breath. She was just about has the stamina for the match of this length. So 10 minutes is what she can do. And Wong did the heavy lifting, and this match story is a perfect fit for this promotion. So it did kind of help with that. But if it was a title match, Lucia Bonner would be the new heavyweight champion. And we are maxed out at the 45%. We gained 0.2 popularity. Overall, we'll see how many people showed up. 348. 5,220 for money. So we did go down a little bit, but we're kind of riding that wave right now. And you're going to simply march first to see what kind of, I think overall within this whole thing going on, that we may kind of be losing interest because there is no heavyweight champion right now, or tag teams and stuff like that we're just kind of not necessarily messing around, but just trying to get the feel of the wrestler, who they're good working with, who they're not good working with, and all that jazz. But there has been no emails besides now. So we have Madison Webb wins the AEW Heavyweight Championship for the 5th time. And Crimson Authority forms an AEW. Jimmy Johnson, Madison Webb, Skylar Trevino. Okay, so I think we have Madison Webb. So on our short list, we're going to remove, because she's doing a lot of stuff. So as she's signed with us, she's now part of All Elite, Women's Pro Wrestling, Bow Women's Wrestling, and Glitter and Glory Wrestling. So she's in a lot, and she's won that the 5th time now. She's won the TBS AEW World's Tag and stuff like that. So she wasn't a student We signed her, and then stuff like that. So let's see, kind of go overall marketability. See if there's anybody we can really pick up right now. Jada Freeman, we could negotiate because she's not with a written contract, but she is with WWE All Elite Wrestling, Women's Pro, and Glitter and Glory. She was a tag team of mine, and that's all she did for that. Sammy Andrews we had for a while, and then he left to GCW. So I'm just Max Champion right now, but he is retired and he's staff. Aaron we have right now, or no, we lost because he went to AEW on a written contract. We did have him, but then we lost him. And Guillermo we have right now, which it's gonna change with him having wrestling skill of 91, star power of 81, and it's growing right now. Moses Klein we had for a little bit. Now he's at a written contract with Eastern Battle Dome. Adam Dylan. There's a decent amount that we can negotiate this guy. This place is Africa, so he's from Africa. Not that it matters, but that's what he's from. He's based in Africa, so we would have to, and it's a female, and we would have to, travel expenses and stuff would be a little bit expensive. So maybe not that. Overall, this person does seem pretty well. 83 with 80 star power. I mean, I could see 537, so it wouldn't be too bad. Obviously, there's a little bit more than Madison Webb, but with also paying travel expenses from Africa is quite a bit, because that's what I would be offering is travel expenses paid for, whereas Oceania is Australia. So trying to make it within North America or close to South America, or so this person is regressing at 36, regressing in star power, so probably not want that person. 34, it's going up. You're in a lot of promotions, so probably won't. Zayden Reed is staff wrestler. You're a wrestler, you're 25 and you're from Africa. North America announcer. Entertainments. 1650. Do a 5-year contract. What's that? All right. So we got Tiger as an announcer. Listen, what we could still go after. Eli Parker is a staff. Demetrius, Lex Larson. MAE with incredible action. that we had for a while. So high flyer 44. Star power. Wrestling skill is still going up at the age of 44. We'll do that. You're at 19,000, so probably not. Pen raise, high flyer, 15 years. You did 2 years. From South America, that's fine. Put your mid card, put you as a face. An athlete. Prize wrestling skill, which is over 70, which is yes. Enter match boost. And there. There we go. So we made some signings. Hopefully they stay. But other than that, our full finances, financial breakdown. So is this month? Oh, so now we have Esther Tiger. So these are the big ones. Then we got Leslie, Luis, Tegan. Tegan, overall, I think I might let go. 400, don't know what to do. Lost quite a bit of matches. Do I have to sim the next day in order to see February fully? So we got nothing in merchandise sold. Or negative 16,000. I don't know how that works. Unless the production was free. Writers work with talent, and writers write everything. What are we at? We're at 9.1, so we're at 9, so we're at halfway, so we're fine with the small part-time team. Otherwise, that seems kind of suspicious that production didn't come out and marketing. But I know this game is a work in progress here and there, and that some bugs can get fixed, and some of them, happen to not, it kind of, takes away the good part, like a good part, and then you have to, fix a good part, and then the bug is still there, and then you have to fix the bug and stuff. So, so I think that's kind of a fluke because we're in the 2nd of March, and production and marketing didn't get posted in here and subtracted. But everything else is kind of normal when it comes to that. But on that, hopefully you appreciate this episode and have a good one.